Good morning, everybody. This is Archana here from Read, Write, Inspire. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the 5 apps that I use for writing. Before I go any further, let me introduce you to Read, Write, Inspire. Read, Write, Inspire is a writer's studio filled with resources that help you read deeper, write better, and create a strong author platform. I post videos on planning, productivity, time management, writing tips, writing resources, and everything else that can be useful to writers. If this is something that interests you, subscribe to this channel. Tap the bell button so that you are notified every time I post a new video. Today we are going to see the 5 apps that I use for writing. Strongly feel that you should not have your phone around when you write. Usually, I put my phone away in another room when I write. Another reason why I do this is because the mobile connectivity in the room that I use for writing is very bad. So obviously, having my mobile over there is no use because it's never going to ring even if it's something important. So usually, I put my mobile in completely other room. And all the notifications in my mobile are turned off. So I cannot hear any pings and pongs and nothing. So I don't hear any pinging sounds whenever there are some things that pop up on the phone. However, the one thing that I hear is any call. Being a mother, I feel that I must be always connected to the phone so that I can rush and be with my kids if they need me for any reason. So it's because of this one reason that I do not turn off my phone and I ensure mobile connectivity. So now I'm going to talk to you about the apps that I use for writing. How can I use an app for writing if my phone is somewhere else? I'm sure this must be the question in your mind. Let me explain. Some of the apps which I'm talking about are apps on my computer, and some of the apps that I'm going to talk to you about are apps on my iPad. The reason why I need these particular apps are only because they help me write better. The first app that I'm going to talk to you about is called Focus Block. Focus Block was available to the NaNoWriMo winners at an extremely discounted rate. I think it was about 50% off or something. So I did end up buying Focus Block this time because I really found it useful when I was working for NaNoWriMo. Basically, how Focus Block works is that every day it gives me 1 hour time to go online. And in this 1 hour, I can, check my email or do whatever I want to. And let's say that I need to work more than this 1 hour, then it also gives me that option of taking another, let me say maybe 4 or 8 breaks. You can sit whatever you like. I can also go 4 times or 8 times. I don't remember what I've said right now. I think 8 breaks or something I've said through the day, wherein each break but lasts only for 10 minutes. So once I go online, and in the break period, then I can go online and be there only for 10 minutes, after which I would be blocked out. I would not be able to enter into any of the online networks. So you can set whatever you want, it need not always be. And also, you can get time limits. So I think my Focus Block works from around some 9 in the morning till some 4 in the evening. I don't mind, doing other online stuff after that or before that. Before that doesn't happen because I have no time to breathe before that. The kids have to be sent off to school, tiffins packed and everything. So I just don't have time before that. So once they leave and I sit down for my work. So from 9 to 4, my Focus Block works, wherein in between this time, totally I get a time of about 1 hour to go online. And also in this 1 hour, usually what happens is that I like to watch Netflix in the afternoon for some half an hour. So Netflix is also included in this 1 hour. So totally I just get like probably half an hour to check my email or something in the morning, which is a lot of time if you know how to use it well. So for me, Focus Block is the one app which has been extremely useful on my computer. The second app that I'm going to talk to you about is Scrivener. So Scrivener is not exactly an app, I agree with you. But for me, it's an app too, I would say, because I have Scrivener on my iPad too. I will have it on my iPad, I have it on my PC, and I have it on my laptop, and it syncs between all three. I find it extremely useful, extremely useful, especially when I'm working on something like a blog post, or like a course. Now, recently I put out a course about planning for writers. So what I did was all the lectures and all that I needed to get into the course were in a project in Scrivener. So wherever I was, I could easily open it and start working on it. Scrivener is one of the extremely useful pieces of software for writers. The third very important app for me is Evernote. Usually every book that I write or that I'm going to write is there on Evernote as a particular notebook. And all whatever I find online, maybe I find a resource online, or maybe I find a photograph, which looks like something what my character would look like. All these things keep getting added to Evernote. And I have a premium membership, so there is not really a huge limit to how much I can upload. I'm very much within my limits. And also Evernote again syncs between all my devices. So whenever I want to access something, it's always there. You should try Evernote, and for every story idea that you get, you can actually create a notebook and you can keep adding on to it so that your research is already being done. Whenever and wherever you are, your research is getting done. You can always get back to it and work on it later. The fourth app that I use is Pocket. Pocket needs no introduction, frankly. Most of you must be having it on your mobile. Pocket is the best app if you are someone who reads a lot online. Usually what happens is that I'm scrolling on maybe Facebook, and I come across an article that's very interesting and I want to read. But that's now I don't have the time to read. Like I told you, focus block is going to throw me out at any minute now. So what I do is I just add the article to Pocket. And this way, whenever I come across something online, some article, or something on Facebook, or even some YouTube videos, I just keep adding them on to Pocket. And then in a week, probably I take an hour or two in the weekend and just go through all that I have on Pocket, which might be news articles, it might be any other article, whatever different articles that I have added on to Pocket, I read it. And there is another wonderful option where you can send all that you have saved on Pocket as a digest to Kindle. So every week, all that I've saved on Pocket gets made into like a magazine, I can say. It's like a magazine, and it goes directly to my Kindle. I don't need to do anything. It's already set like that. So every week it gets to my Kindle. So on Sunday, I can just casually browse through all that I've saved that particular week. And sometimes certain things seem very interesting when we see it online for the first time, but later when I read, I realize it's not really so great. So I actually can skim through stuff faster and see things faster in this way. So Pocket is one very, very helpful app, and it helps me save a lot of time. The fifth app that I use is called Brainwaves. Brainwaves is available, I think, only on iPad. I'm not sure if it's available on Android. Brainwave is a kind of programming. It's the brain, wherein the app sends out some waves to our brain, which helps us to focus better. I don't know whether it really works or not. I'm not going to go behind the science behind it. For me, it works. For me, putting on my headphone is something that helps me focus. And there are days when I use Brainwaves and I plug my headphones to Brainwaves and put it on. And there are days when I don't do that also. I just put on my headphone, That also works for me sometimes. Just putting on my headphone is like a reminder to myself that, okay, I'm going to write. So I'm going to focus now on writing. So sometimes when I plug it into something, then it's always this Brainwaves app. The Brainwaves app also has ambient music. So I switch on something like waterfalls or forest sounds or something. And yes, so that's one way in which I work. So for me, these 5 apps make a huge difference to my writing. The apps help me to focus better, research better, and write better. Are there any apps that you find very useful in your writing process? Please do let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, please click like, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for many more such videos. Bye.